Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, cats and dogs of all shapes, colors, and sizes. I'm Thaddeus Ward, and I'm your host of Game Time with the Guru, NFL Football Week 2 edition. Before we go any further, I want to stop and say thank God for allowing us to come in for another week, for me to give out my picks, and for all my fans that have received my picks. And I just want to say that I appreciate all my fans for tuning in each and every week. This is Season 2, NFL Week 2 football. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into the games. Going on right now, we got the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. I picked the Jets in that game, and the Jets were up at halftime against Buffalo. Buffalo is going to have what I call the Rex Ryan effect on the team. It was a good team before he got there. They were ready to take the next step, and I think he is going to end up being a setback. I think Rex Ryan has seen his best days as a head coach in the NFL. But on the other team, Tide Bowls, the Jets lost a good game last week against Cincinnati. It wasn't no blowout. It came right down to the final seconds of the game. And, I had the Jets pick to win that game, but Cincinnati got out of there with the victory. A.J. Green was lighting up. Darrell Reeves last week had a lot of people questioning whether or not Reeves had lost a step. But I got the Jets winning this game this week. Sunday, September 18th, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, a division rivalry. We all saw what happened last year in the playoffs when Cincinnati played Pittsburgh. A lot of people say Cincinnati lost the game, Pittsburgh didn't win it. But hey, anything can happen in a rivalry like that. Last week, A.J. Green looked the part. Hey, last week, Antonio Brown looked the part. Big Ben Roethlisberger, and I think the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to play good enough to get the win at home. Antonio Brown is right now got to be in the leader in the MVP race after week 1, but that's TBD. We got a long way to go. A lot of football left to be played. But I'm taking Pittsburgh at home to get this game this week. Tennessee at Detroit. I got Detroit winning this game. Last week, Detroit beat the Indianapolis Colts on the road after an MVP performance from the Colts quarterback Andrew Luck. And I got Detroit winning this game. Baltimore Ravens at the RG3-less Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is probably only going to win about 3 games this year. They're young. They got a few pieces, and it's a rebuild process in Cleveland. We all know that. It is what it is. Baltimore over Cleveland. Next game up, you got the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins. The Dallas Cowboys offense is either the play callers don't trust the quarterback, or it is what it is. Dez Bryant don't look like one of the top 5 receivers in the league after week 1. The defense for Washington Redskins is legit. I mean, even though Antonio Brown abused him last week, there aren't many defenses that he doesn't abuse. You got Breland on one side and Josh Norman on the other. I think that defense is going to have them, they're going to be ready. They know what they are. I look for Washington that if the Dallas Cowboys offense don't pick up, this might end up being a blowout. Washington Redskins at home over Dallas. Dallas starts off 0-2. Next game, the New Orleans Saints, after a horrible loss at home last week, goes on the road to face the New York Giants. It don't get no better this either. It don't get no better this week for you, Sean Payton. New York at home gets the win. Next game, San Francisco at Carolina. Last week I had the Rams over the 49ers, and the 49ers came out and looked like NFC West contenders. But we all know they're pretenders. They just got a Rams team that's trying to find their way. And I don't know why they were trying to find their way. Basically, they're trying to find a quarterback. But Carolina lost a game last week with some controversial calls were missed during the game, and some fines were handed out this week to a few players off the Denver Broncos defense for headshots to Cam Newton. I got Carolina bouncing back and getting their first win this new 2016 season. Miami at New England. Last week, I had Arizona picked to beat New England at home. New England went in there, and they made it look like Arizona was the one missing their starting quarterback for the first 4 games. I understand out the locker room in Arizona, the head coach was calling out some of the defensive guys. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later. I've got Miami getting the win at New England this week. I had the Patriots 1-4, 1-3 while Brady was gone. The only win I was giving them was at Buffalo. So it looks like they'll be 2-2 because Miami, led by Ryan Tannehill, is going to get the win at New England this week. Kansas City at Houston. I got Kansas City winning this game. Last week, Kansas City had to come from behind and get the win at home against the Chargers, which didn't surprise me because I had the Chiefs pick to win that game. So Kansas City at Houston, I got Kansas City winning that game. Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are going to get up for this game. I kind of think the Rams didn't expect the 49ers to even be a formidable team for them last week. So this week, I got the Rams getting up for the game. They're going to play Seattle close. But I got Russell Wilson winning, taking this team in Los Angeles and getting the win. Tampa Bay at Arizona. Jameis Winston is one. Hey, I picked them to have a sophomore slump this year, and it didn't look like it in week 1 as they went to Atlanta and beat Atlanta, but that was Atlanta. This week, they got to go on the road to face the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals defense is has woken up, and they now know the season has started. So I go ride with Arizona one more week at home, and this time they're going to get the win over Tampa Bay. Jacksonville Jaguars at the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers, for some reason, can't seem to get out of their own way. Jacksonville is a team that's on the rise. Their stock is rising, while the Chargers stock is leveling off or has leveled off or dropping. I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars after a near win against the Green Bay Packers last week to go into San Diego and get the win. Atlanta at Oakland. I don't know if Julio Jones is 85%, 90%. He's most definitely not 100%. Atlanta without Julio being 100% is an Atlanta team that won't go to Oakland and beat Derek Carr and Amari Cooper. Jack Del Rio starts the season off 2-0. Oakland, by the way, is my pick to win the AFC West. I'm just going to put it out there. Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. I got the Denver Broncos continuing to roll in this to get their second win of the season. That defense looks like it picked up where it left off last week against the team that ended the season against where in the Super Bowl. I got Denver at home over the Indianapolis Colts. Green Bay at Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater was quarterbacking the Vikings. I would pick Minnesota. But since that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, is coming to town and Teddy Bridgewater's out, I've got Green Bay in a close one at Minnesota. And the last game of the week, Monday night, you got the Philadelphia Eagles on the road at the Chicago Bears. Carson Wentz looked pretty good last week. Hey, I'm happy to see the rookie getting a chance to play, and he actually looked like he was worth the number 2 pick. But I'm going to take Chicago to win this game at home. They surprised me last week when they beat the Texans. So I'm going to take them at home to get this win this week against Philadelphia. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, cats and dogs, all my fans out there, this has been NFL Week 2 Game Time with the Guru. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Thaddeus Ward. If you have any, want to go against any of my predictions, if you want to get some football insight, feel free to call me, 334-464-4402. You can hit me up on Instagram, First Big Homie. You can hit me on Facebook now, Thaddeus Ward. My page is Game Time with the Guru. And most definitely you can hit me on Twitter, Ward_Thaddeus. And once again, thank all my fans for tuning in another week. I'm your host, Thaddeus Ward, a Game Time with the Guru. Hey, enjoy your NFL weekend, NFL fans, and I'll see you next week right here, NFL Game Time with the Guru. And I'm out.